lot less freedom, I guess, than there would be on an album, because there's always the danger that somebody will listen just to one song, on their iPod, and I don't know, if it's not a single and it doesn't stick in their head, then I guess it's the danger that somebody want to help me out here?
I mean, I guess you kind of, I think with this album, we maybe thought, maybe a little more so than the first album, that you kind of, if someone would say was listening to their iPod actually, on shuffle, maybe they'd get, only track 7, or whatever, and if you kind of have, if 1, 2, and 3 are your singles, and then like the rest of the songs are sort of completely different, maybe they won't sort of like it as much. So I guess in that way we kind of, we did want sort of, I guess, every song on the album to sort of kind of capture what the album is about. I guess off the first album, sort of, Reconnect was always great to hear on the radio. I think it came across really well, and did us a lot of favors and kind of opened a lot of doors for us, and it was always kind of good when it came on and always sounded good. I guess I'm not sure singles wise off the second album what's going to be, but I guess to play live anyway, certainly off the new album, there's a song called I'll Wait for Sound, which is a sort of a bit longer, kind of in 2 parts, and it was great to record, but we played it live for the first time last Friday in Limerick, and it was great to play.
I guess you never really know, but I guess when it feels right, and it might take a week, or it might take 4 months to or 2 years to get it to that state, and I don't know, I think you just know.
We didn't play a gig or any gigs for like best part of a year while we were sort of getting the album together and writing it. So I guess there wasn't much actual feedback from any kind of like fan base or crowds or anything like that. Like we had a few songs that ended up on the new album that we had got to play live a few times, but no, it was, and it did get kind of hard after a while. The sort of, you lose perspective of songs after you hear them sort of for a whole year or for a long period of time. So we were hoping that it was we weren't just being too sort of insular, and that we were making the right decisions.
I guess in one way we kind of felt pressure, not some, when that the first album sort of certainly did very well in Ireland, but I guess we kind of felt we didn't really get the chance to kind of to spread it kind of outside of Ireland. So I guess I wouldn't say we feel, I don't know how to put it. I guess all interviews we kind of tend to do, where like everything's kind of like your first album did so well, or you're so successful. But I guess I don't really know if that's the case. It certainly did well enough in Ireland, but in order to kind of, I think especially in the music sort of business today, to keep sort of getting a chance to do it again, you kind of need more than that. So I guess we would certainly have felt the pressure on ourselves that like if it does less well in Ireland this time, we'd be in big trouble. If it does as well in Ireland this time, hopefully that'll be great. But I guess we'd like to put ourselves out there as kind of a broader band, who could connect with people outside of like our own country. So.
No, I think it's the case that we had spent sort of such a long time in between both albums. Like we did take our time, and we made sure it was what we were happy with it. And I don't think there was any pressure to like say stay the same or to be radically different or anything like that. And it's I don't know. I think it's a kind of a good representation of like the second album is a good representation of where where we're at now, or like we're better sort of players of our instruments, and we have much more experience with like sort of like gigs and playing together as a band. So I think it's probably quite natural, really. Like it's not forced, the progression.
We used to get the occasional message from people in Spain. We did one festival there, and I think one DJ got a hold of Reconnect, the first single, and played that a bit. So maybe Spain. I don't know.
Spain's good.
Yeah, Spain's good.
Spain.